Get you now the inside details about these accused. Now the sixth accused also arrested. What are they telling the investigators? What status is the probe at? Here are the details we have. Interestingly, the mobile phones of all of these accused are missing. No mobiles, as though was expected earlier, with that Lalit Jha, the sixth accused, has run away with the mobile phones of everyone. But no mobile phones were recovered from Lalit Jha. Sources had said that allegedly, according to the investigators, Lalit may have destroyed the mobile phones in Rajasthan, where he was last seen. Lalit then has spent a night at one Mahesh's house in Rajasthan. It is actually Mahesh's cousin who revealed the details of this individual. According to our sources with the investigation agencies, that Lalit was taking shelter with one Mahesh in Rajasthan, and eventually that is how they had got caught. Amit Bhardwaj, who's tracking all the latest on that. Remember, Amit is the same reporter who was at the parliament when the security breach had happened. He was reporting on the session outside when the woman and the man came with smoke canisters and started to shout slogans too. Amit, from that day of December 13th, 2023, now to today, what status is the investigation? What are the revelations? Because I remember that day we thought, are these two separate incidents? Are they just individual who have come and decided to protest outside the parliament? 3 days, 4 days on, do you think there is a lot that has changed on this?
Absolutely right, Pooja. You know, the entire conspiracy is already out that the two events which happened outside the parliament and inside the parliament, it was part of the same conspiracy, and how these accused were coordinating with each other, how they met over social media. Now, the latest that we bring for our viewers right now is that Lalit Jha, who was so far, missing, absconding, he has been traced by Delhi police and he has been arrested by Delhi police. After running from Delhi, Lalit Jha had gone to Rajasthan's Puchaman municipality area, where he has been nabbed from that from Puchaman. However, the big challenge right now in front of the Delhi police is that it was believed that all the cell phones of the four accused who have been already arrested, including Anmol and Neelam, these cell phones were with Lalit Jha. That would have proven to be a big, digital evidence in order to crack the entire conspiracy as to who all were behind, instigating these intruders and how the entire conspiracy was has. All that could have been actually traced down through those mobile phones as well, which the Delhi police will continue its hunt for. Along with Lalit Jha, one Mahesh has been arrested as well. So far, what we know from our sources is that Mahesh is accomplice of Lalit Jha, who had helped him, provide shelter on the night when he ran from Delhi. And he has been detained so far. Mahesh has been detained by Delhi police. The investigation will be carried out on that angle, as well as to what extent was Mahesh's role in this entire conspiracy, if at all, or was it just helping Lalit Jha, who was on run? So that angle has to be
Amit, stay on with
as
me.
well.
Stay on with me. We have more breaking news coming in, more inside details of what unfolded in the parliament. Let's take a look at that, or what is now coming in with the inside scoop and the added details of the investigation. All right, conspirator Lalit has surrendered before the cops, and cops have now in total made 5 arrests in this security breach case. But here's what is now emerging as details. Remember that the two intruders, Manoranjan and Sagar, who had jumped into the areas where the members of parliament sit, they were arrested. Apart from that, accused Anmol, Shinde and Neelam, who were outside the parliament, they were arrested. Then there is one Lalit, who's the final co-conspirator, who's been taken into custody. But his aide, Mahesh, where he allegedly had stayed also in Rajasthan, he's also been detained by Delhi police. But it's the big question mark on when these men and women from different states, different cities, come to Delhi. If they don't know anyone, they don't know anything, how do they and where do they stay? So one Vicky, who allegedly gave them shelter in Gurugram, gave them the place of accommodation, has also been detained. Now, we are being told he'll possibly, and I'll get that confirmation from my colleague as well, as Amit continues to be with us. Amit, this individual Vicky, whose Gurugram shelter became the place of accommodation. Is he still detained? Is he arrested? Has he been released? What is the status with that individual? Because he was the one who may not have been a part of the attack, but was as much a part of, allegedly, of the conspiracy if he knew that this was what was being hatched. Amit, can you hear me?
Pooja, if you could repeat the question,
yes.
please.
If you're aware of any of the details coming in of this individual Vicky, whose place of accommodation in Gurugram was the place where they found shelter, and the cops must now be investigating if this Vicky knew that this group was coming in to take shelter, to hatch a bigger plan, or was he completely unaware? Any details about him? We knew that he was being detained. Has he been arrested, released? And what about others? How are the investigators going on about this probe?
Pooja, if we talk about the 4 individuals who were already arrested, including Neelam and Anmol, that investigation is going on in a very thorough basis. Lalit Jha has been arrested from Rajasthan. Now, speaking of Vicky, he was detained, picked up by Delhi police. Investigation was carried out to ascertain as to what was his role and whether, the family also, Vicky's family also knew about this entire conspiracy. But what we are given to understand by the sources right now is that he has been allowed to go back. The Delhi police has let him go. So right now, while the initial round of investigation has been done with Vicky, he has been allowed to go back home. But in the future course of the investigation, there's a possibility that individuals like Vicky could be called in as well for further investigation. But right now, the primary focus remains, Pooja, on Lalit Jha.
That's right. Lalit is the most recent co-conspirator who's now been taken into custody. But interestingly, he surrendered. And how? Because clearly he realized that his face, his image was everywhere. And the cops from not just Delhi, of course, but from across the country were now on alert looking for him.